Hello, I'm Andy. In this video, we are going to chop some pineapples in various ways. Firstly, we're gonna slightly wash the pineapple a little bit because we are going to use the shell later on, and also we don't want it to go on a cutting board and then our cutting board becomes dirty and then the meat touch the cutting board, right? So it's best to rinse them a little bit. No need to scrub them or anything, just rinse away any dust or mud. Make sure this plastic don't get into your food. So we'll use 3 out of these 4 shells. So I'll examine which one look the worst and we won't use that one. This one is slightly bent, so probably not use this one. Yeah, the other ones look pretty good. So we'll not use the shell of this one. So I plan to do 2 pineapple fried rice, and for the pineapple fried rice we just cut this in half, and then I'll do 2 pineapple drinks, which we'll cut the top off and use the rest as a cup. So for that one that we don't want the shell, we'll skin it, and then we can cut the meat into whatever shape we want to. And this 3 we'll cut this in half and cut off the top, and then we will scoop out all the meat and retain the shell. Okay, so let's do this one first. Half. Including the leaf. That part is really quite tough. Like that. Oh, it smells so good. So for pineapple, some people if they eat pineapple raw, it kind of burn their mouth. Like probably the sourness kind of burn their mouth. What one can do is to soak the meat into slightly salted water, and then the salt will cancel the acid, and then it won't burn them anymore. But I don't it won't burn me, so I never do that. So here we'll take a paring knife, right? Cut one horizontal cut top, and then one horizontal cut bottom. Okay. Don't cut too deep. We need the shell. If we break it, and then we need another pineapple. Do 45 degrees to each side to remove the core of the pineapple. This, like, if it's a bit more rough, but it's actually still edible. So some people throw it away, but please don't throw it away. It's still edible, and like you can cut it into smaller pieces, or like maybe blend them, or squeeze juice out of it. Like, just don't throw them away, please. Like, you can just a bit tougher. It's perfectly fine. Okay. This one, same thing. Horizontal cut top. Horizontal cut bottom. 45 degrees for the core. If you like serving guests or running a fancy restaurant, and you don't want this rough cut for your guests, but like, keep them for yourself. Actually, pretty good. Now we'll make cut the meat out. Just rough cut, but don't make sure you don't cut the shell. Spoon. Grab a bowl. Save up the juice. and give it more. Make sure, like, don't cut too deep. Okay. And don't scrape too deep, or then break the skin. We'll save these ones and the juice together for blending. I'm gonna make a drink out of these ones. You don't need all the meat for the dish. Those are enough for the dish. So you can have these not so pretty ones for blend. Okay, good enough. Okay, this one will be a bit more tough because we have to scoop so deep. So we'll cut the top off. There are some like pineapple coring tool where you trace in and take the whole thing out. That would make it much easier, but I don't have that, so just do with whatever I have. This one is less ripe. If we look at the color, let's see if it's still tastes okay though. some juice. Save the juice. Basically, the spoon is not sharp enough to go through the core, but the side is okay. So basically, you just need to cut the core with the knife, and then the rest will come out quite easily. Some juice. It's not big pieces anymore, so we'll just save them all for the drink. Scrape the side, but not too much, or the drink may leak. And you almost hit the bottom. Got to be a bit more careful so we don't poke through, or all the effort will be gone. And inevitably, when we want to go a bit more fancy like this, we will be a bit more wasteful, which I don't usually do. I usually just cut out all the meat and make the drink in a regular glass. I think that's all I can safely get without risking poking a hole at the bottom. That's it. So, look like that. And then the last one, we are just gonna cut it in the normal way. And we're gonna go around and cut the skin off like this. So after the initial cut, it will look something like this. So for example, you will cut around like this is as thin as you can cut. So let's say this, you have to cut more. There's still skin there. That's not deep enough. And let's say this may be a bit too deep when you see the dot is so small. So, and if it's not enough, then you just trim a little bit each time until you don't see those skin anymore. That's the way to save the most meat. But if you don't care, just cut deeper and it will be faster. But please don't, because it's so wasteful. Okay, pretty good. And then after that, we go like this, and then do like a V cut for each 2 to 3 of those spots, like that. You can do more, but it would just mean your angle would be wider, you have to cut deeper, and you're losing more meat. I think 3 is a good balance between efficiency and like time efficiency and meat efficiency ratio. Once you're done one row, and then you turn, right? And then do another one. And you don't really need to do the top row, because after that we'll cut it off. We just leave in this so we have something to hold on to the pineapple, make it easier for us to cut. Okay, give it a final check. Pretty good. When we are happy, then we cut off the top. I can scrape anything here. No, not really. Okay, and then this, you can then cut it into any shape that would fit your meat. And I am going to first I will leave a few slices, maybe let's see, 3 thin slices. These are for decoration on the top of the drink. And then going to cut this in half. Let's see the size of this. To run this size, I'm gonna make a skewer with pineapple and sausage, and that's a really easy and good snack for parties. So I'll cut, like if I want my if I'm gonna cut my sausage into around that size, I also want the pineapple that size. This is too small. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, 8. Okay. That piece can go with the other ones. So this for the sausages. Okay. And then I'm gonna chop these into sticks, like not sticks. So like I'm gonna freeze some of them as a whole stick, and then later on do whatever I want with it. Around that. So I'll freeze these. Maybe too much. Bit too big. These can go there. Should be okay. Okay, so I'm gonna boil a couple of sausages. 1 minute is fine. They're already cooked. We just boil it just to be safe. So like, if someone kind of did something wrong during the processing, or maybe some dirty thing went on the surface. That. We have 8 pieces of pineapple, so we cut these into quarters, like that. Okay. Yes. This one piece of pineapple. I don't know if there's enough space. Let's do this. At parties, you can get like a shorter toothpick and just have like 1 or 2 of these each. Done. Easy, right? Easy, they taste good. You can make a lot. They probably last for like 4 or 5 hours in room temperature.